What's up? I hope everybody's doing well today. Give a few seconds for people to stream in. YouTube, I don't know, YouTube changed something, and now from the time you go live to the time some people can see you is like 20 seconds or something like that. It's really weird. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing really well today. We got something different today, and it's not crazy different, it's not weird different. But what it is it I want to show people that there's a rabbit hole. There's a lot of information, a lot of stuff that can be done, and if you really want to look into it, it can go pretty deep. And so what I want to do is um I want to show some people kind of what marks look like. And again, all of this was stemmed because somebody asked me a question, and I'll get to the question here in just a few seconds. Well, let me do my "Hey, how do you do's" type thing real quick. Oops, I need to get on live chat. That'll probably be better. All right, starting at the top, we got me, Dislogic. Thank you for being in the channel. AZ Coins, thank you for being a channel member. Ladybug Stacker is in here. She's dropped tons of memberships to everybody. So thank you for being in here. Thank you for being a channel member. Nickel Stacking, what's going on? Love the green M&Ms. Wrong M&Ms, but yes. I like the green and the blue ones. They're probably the worst for you because the dye color, but we won't get into that. Dan McCumber, what's going on, bud? How you doing? Good to see you. Eric Byers in the house. Eric Byers, you guys know, is frequently on my stream. Today's not going to be any exception. We've got him coming up. He's going to join us today. We got EMR Coin. Steve looking for silver. What's going on, brother? I hope you're doing well. Appreciate you coming in, joining us in the stream. James Schultz is in the house. What's going on, James? Hope you're doing well. AZ Coins, my brother from another mother up north, Mr. Coin Junkie AG. How you doing, bud? William E is in the house. Again, you guys, thank you for being the channel members. I appreciate that. Mr. John Shank is in the house. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. Doug Wagner's in the house. All right. And stacking with Kraken. Release the Coin Junkie. If you guys have never gone to Coin Junkie's channel and watched him go through rolls when he finds stuff, man, he's so much fun to watch. Hi Rockzilla, what's going on? Hey, thanks for coming up. Well, I'm gonna bring up my guest. He's always here. How you doing, Eric? Good morning. He's like,
Good
hold
morning.
on.
How are you today?
He's like, I just went to get coffee.
No, I was here. I was on the wrong screen, so I was 20 seconds behind.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Oh, doing well, man. How are you doing? How's that fence coming along?
I didn't work on it. I ended up getting sick last week and at the beginning of this week. So I didn't do a whole lot for like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I just kind of got back on the saddle Thursday, being real busy. And of course, then you got 5 days to catch up.
Oh man, yeah, you're sick too, and then you're behind 5.
Yeah.
You feeling better though?
Huh?
Are you feeling better though?
Oh yeah, feeling good. I must have had
Good.
some sort of bug or something.
Good. Glad you're feeling better. Oh man, I'm tired. We did Tiger Stacker had a stream last night and he was on with Nick's Coins and went up there and talked. And what's going on, Invisible River Ranch? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you being here. And it was a fun conversation. It was it was a hoot. You better watch it, Frostbite, and tell you to get your stuff together. I wouldn't expect anything else from you, me. Well, he's talking about either sending me something or giving something away. He has a lot of fun. Him and I do a lot of collaboration in coins trading and stuff like that. We talk frequently about what we're going to be buying and what we're looking for and book fills, and so we send each other stuff back and forth. And I really enjoy that part of the hobby. I like being able to trade stuff and find stuff for other people.
Oh yeah, networking is important.
Oh yeah, and it makes it fun because I'm in Texas. He's in Georgia, I believe. And so I don't find Philadelphia stuff. He doesn't get Denver stuff, right? So if the new rolls or stuff start coming out, we have those sources to trade that kind of stuff. Um, he has different coin shops. They collect different stuff down there. He travels more being in the truck and doing stuff. So he runs across a lot more items. Um, and so it's fun to be able to do that and talk with other people. So I've got a few people that I do that a lot with. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, he's a good dude. He's a lot of fun. But I haven't seen any gas filling videos. His Every time he fills up his truck because he drives a rig, it's like, a 10th ounce gold, quarter ounce gold.
Oh yeah. Oh
It's
yeah.
just like, what the 400, $500? It's like, yeah, it was really light today. It was only $310. This is a good day today. Found a good price. It's like, couldn't imagine. So, well, all right. Well, let's get into this. All right. So the question that I had that stemmed this conversation was had on Tuesday, Wednesday. And the conversation basically went like this. Hey, good morning, Ringmaster Ray. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a channel member and a mod. I appreciate you, brother. But the question went basically like this. I was watching a stream and they were saying that's not a real coin. The mint mark's wrong. And what did they mean? And it was like, well, there's a lot to that. Do you know what else they said? And it's like, well, it had the wrong serif, or it was blocky D instead of a serif D, or there was some sort of curl or Q on it, or there was something that supposed to be there. And it was like, well, that goes pretty deep because there's a lot of things regarding like placement of the mint mark and then the mint mark style itself. And I was like, you know what? I don't know if a lot of people there's a lot of people who do understand that, but I don't know if a lot of people do understand the mint mark varieties. So I wanted to take a minute and kind of walk through, and we'll start with pennies and we can go to or cents, excuse me. Um so if Paula's lurking or Amanda's lurking, they'll be like cents. Um
Hey,
but
I'm a
I'll
penny
kind of
guy.
want to say again.
I says I'm a penny guy. I say both.
Well, yeah, and again, grammatically correct, it is sent. However,
Well,
it
I
don't
kind of
always be true.
disagree. Yes, it's called a cent, but the reason we call it a penny was because of our heritage.
Yeah, well, there are
Uh,
pences. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, there were a penny. Yeah, and so what I wanted to do is first off, Eric, you and I were talking just as we were getting ready to go live about something that you ran. Penny admitted, well, it's not that it's wrong. It's just when you're talking about the coin, the term is if you look on the back, right? You look at a penny. What does it say on the back? Where does it say penny on it? It doesn't. It says cent, right? So they're both being correct. I just do it for sarcasm.
And yeah, in the defense of the people that say penny, you can go to the US Mint's website and they call it a penny.
They call it a penny too. Yeah.
So
By the way, Jackalope, good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for being a channel member and all the support you give. Um, you've brought tons of people into this stream, so I appreciate you, bud. Hey Anthony, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Anxious. What's going on, Anxious? Man, you're up early. Hope you're doing well. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up and I'm going to walk over. This is Variety Vista. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start with cents. If you guys want to go more, we don't really need to go more. If you guys want to follow along, here's the link to that particular site. This is going to take up the Denver ones. To navigate to different items, you can come here where it says Mint Mark Styles, and then you'll have Philadelphia, San Francisco, and West Point. You'll be able to look at the various styles here. And Paula is not English descent. She's California. Oh, yeah. Well, let's not go there. Them's fighting words to some people. Um, so for today, we're going to go ahead and go into mint mark styles. And then what's going to happen is you're going to be looking at the mint marks. Now you'll see that there are subtle differences regarding each mint mark. Sometimes you're going to have that bar here on the D thick. Sometimes you'll see them where the serif it goes out longer. Sometimes you'll see the kind of pyramid. Now I've seen this as MMS mint mark style. Okay. So you'll see the differences here. But this is what they're talking about when they say that they looked at a mint mark or they saw a mint mark and it was the wrong mint mark for the coin. So if you have a coin, and I have one sitting here, but I can't reach it right now. If you have a coin that's a counterfeit or you have a coin that you suspect is a counterfeit, there are some things that you can do, right? You can look at a specific coin, or you can look at the mint marks. You can look at its placement and understand where they are. One of the most famous ones and easiest to really understand is the 1909 SVDB. Reason is there's one mint mark style and there's four placements. It's really easy to kind of understand what they mean by placements. Now, the one thing that's important when we're talking about something like that is, and Eric, correct me if I say this slightly wrong, okay? But it can't be close. It has to be exact.
That's right.
Okay. And it's really important when you're doing that. What's going on, Brandon? Hi, good to see you, bud. It can't be close. Hey, Spray Can, good to see you. Thanks for coming in here. What's going on, Perplexed? The problem is that it's like, oh yeah, that's really close. This must be what it is. If it's not exact, it's not the same thing. And a lot of times what happens two 1909s with no VDB. That's cool, John. Um, but they have to be correct. So the placement of the mint mark has to be exact, the location, and then the mint mark style has to be correct. Now, another reason that I started looking at this is I've been looking at sense, trying to do things like understanding mint mark placements, and two coins that I've been trying to kind of understand is 1952 and 1953 Lincoln cents. And I want to show you the 1952. So I want to kind of go through and let you know that it's not just one mint mark per coin. There could be one, there could be two, there could be three. I don't know if there's more than three. I think three is the max. Is there more than that, Eric? Do you know of any?
I do not believe so. Even on the estimates, I think 3 is the max.
I think three is the max, right? And so what we're talking about is if you look to the right-hand side, the coin that I'm going to be talking about is this one, the one I'm going to be kind of showing you and going over is the 1952. And so when you look at 1952, you'll see, and I'll scroll down here just a little bit. You'll see that there are three distinct mint mark varieties, okay, or styles. Okay, it's not necessarily a variety; it's a style. And you'll see that they're fairly distinct. Now, when you look at these, they look pretty close. What are the differences? But what's important to look at is the details, right? It's they say the devil is in the details. And so when you're looking at MMS 003, you see this kind of triangular period that's here. When you look at the bottom, that bottom is kind of flat, and then it rolls into that serif. That bottom serif is smaller than the top serif. And you can see that there's this general pattern. If you look at the box that's inside, that box points kind of to the northwest. And so it's kind of, when you look at this, you can see it's trapezoidal. You can see you've got this triangle here. And then again, the bottom serif is longer than the top. Now, when I come down here, you kind of still see that triangular kind of shape to this, but it's much thicker. And the serifs down here, it's still flat down on the bottom, a little more flat than you'll see here. But you'll see that the serif disparity between that one and that one and that one and that one are not huge. but this one kind of rolls up. This one's kind of short and nubby and then kind of curls up. This one's kind of sharp, right? So this is a really good. So this particular mint mark would be really easy to see a lower serif doubling on because it's very precise. It's very clean. Whereas if you look at MMS 05, you'll see this kind of bulbous thing down here in the bottom of the D. That little bulbous thing down here is not a strike. That's actually a mint mark piece, right? That's actually part of the design. So when you look at it, you'll see that it's a little bit straighter, right? And then you won't see this particular area down here. Hey, Eric just gifted 5 memberships. So let's see, those memberships go to John Shank, Invisible River Ants, Anxious Stacker, Jeff Davis, and Kevin Rose. Eric, thanks so much, brother. I appreciate you doing that. And folks, if you received a membership, please do me a favor and um how do I turn on the gifting memberships? Uh there is an area in the stream. Let me see if I can remember how to do that. I'll have to check. If anybody knows how to do that, there's a link that you can do too where you can turn that on. But you have to go under settings and you have to turn gifting on. I think it's I think it's from the main page. If anybody has that information, please put that in chat so that I can kind of get back to the discussion. But if not, before we leave, I'll make sure I can tell you how to turn that on. So again, it's important to see these pieces down here, right? So like when you look at this one, you can see that it's definitely different. Now, why is this important? Well, the reason that it's important is that this, along with placement, are a huge tell on whether you have an authentic coin. And this is really important when you're looking at um, things like Invisible River Ranch just gifted 5 more memberships. Thanks, Invisible. I appreciate you, bud. Crafty Dragon, Begotten Solitude, Yoxnav, Eunice Torres, Jim Shank just got gifted memberships. That's awesome. Thanks. I appreciate you. That is really cool of you. Thank you so much. Hey, what's going on, coach? Yeah, so you should be able to. Can you do that? Oh, you can. Okay. So you should be able to click on the item and it'll say, it'll be like a little present. You click on the present, you turn on gifting. Thanks, coach. Appreciate you, bud. Yeah, that's really cool. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate you doing that. Wildcard coins. Thank you so much for telling people how to do that, folks. I appreciate you guys. All right. So, Eric, before the stream, you were telling me about a 1914D that you ran across.
Yes.
So, can you talk a little bit about why? Because everybody was saying it's fake. Look at the face. Can you tell me what you saw? Because what you were telling me played right into the discussion that we were having
I
today.
saw that all the known mint marks, I believe there's 6 mint mark placements for 14D. So there was 6 pairs of dies made to make all the coins. And this particular coin, the D was right next to the 9. And that automatically eliminated it. I don't know if there's pictures of those. There should be pictures online of the 14D mint mark locations. But they're all real low on the coin. Just like the 1909 SVDB, most of those are very low. The one they call high is considered low for any date in the 20s.
Okay. I'm trying to see if I can find the mint mark placements. I know, so I'll pull this up real quick. So here's a this is an example of a fake. This is the 4D4D. This is something that you'll see very frequently when you're looking at 14. This is another thing to look at. But again, what he's talking about is where in relation to this and the numbers laterally, right? Horizontally, where is it at? High or low, left or right, and then proximity to the other numbers. So when you're talking about mint mark placement, that's what he's referring to. That's the thing to be able to look at. This one happens to be a 44 that was modified to look like a 14D. You can see the major gap in here. But what he's talking about, and this placement is actually pretty high too, right?
Yes. Most of the
For for
14Ds
what
that
would
I
be
can
an
see
authentic
pictures of
14D.
would be at the bottom of that D, starting the top at the bottom. All right, let's see if I can
See if I can.
save this.
So here's what we're talking about right here. So you can see how low that mint mark is. So when I scroll down and I look at this one, see how the top of that D is in relation to the bottom of the 9. Okay. So what he's talking about is in this case, that mint mark placement. Now there are other ones. I'm just utilizing this particular reference. Okay. Just this one. There's others. So you need to know all the mint mark placements when you're looking at something like this. But in this example, you can see the top serif of that D is in line with the bottom of the 9. So if I was to draw a line straight across that like this, you can see that it's in check. However, when I come back here and I click on that and I'm going to draw that line, you can see there's a huge disparity between the height of this one and the height of the other one. So when you're talking about the it's like towards the bottom, which he's talking about the mint mark being down in this area, that's what he's referencing. So do you have something you want to bring up?
I just saw a picture of the 6 locations, so you can get an idea of where they are. If you want me to broadcast it, I can
Yeah,
do that.
please. So I didn't know that there were 6. I only knew there were 4.
This is a 14D. 1909 SVDB, there is 4.
No, I was talking about the 14D. I didn't realize there were 6. I only knew there were
I
4
could only find
locations.
a picture with 5 of them, and I did find the picture of 6 now. All right, let's
Here,
see.
check this out. Look what I just stumbled across.
That's 5. If you go down, see right here is the one that is very similar to that.
Okay, hold on. Add you. Can you do me a favor? Can you hold your control key down and zoom up?
And you do that
So
with
if you
your,
hold
there
your,
we go.
there you go. Perfect. Look at that. That's beauty. Yeah, that's awesome. So, and this is what he's talking about. So when you're talking about the placement, you can see how much lower that mint mark is from what you were seeing in the 1914. Let me see if you, while you're doing that. So can you kind of walk through the general placement and talk to him about um, the things that you would look at? So I'm gonna go pull up some examples of good 14Ds and fake 14Ds.
Okay. Well, you can see starting at the left, they call it level in the middle. And when they say the middle, let me see if I can. Oh, you can see my pointer, I think, can't you?
Yeah, you're looking at an image. So yeah,
They're
absolutely.
talking at starting at the back of the 9, coming down. If you were to draw a straight line, and then level, if you were to draw a cross, it would intersect with the center of the cross and be relatively straight. Then you have one that is even lower, that is level, and this one is a little further in to the 9, but it's still level. This one is the closest of all 3. And they're saying that it's rotated. So if you were to draw a horizontal line from the tip of the upper tip of the mint mark here, there would be a little bulge that would go over the top of the horizontal line. And then if you draw the vertical line, of course, this is almost on the inside. So we're starting to get over to the west side of the die. And this would also, the tip would go across the line from the vertical line. If you go to the 4th example, it's down a little bit lower, but it's level. They consider this a high mint mark. And there seems to be what they consider too low, too middle, and too high. I consider all these mint marks low for the sake of when you see a fake, a lot of the fakes, the mint mark will be right here, like starting where my mouse pointer is, or they'll be like right here. Well, I've used the first picture, but they'll be like halfway, and they'll be over far towards the 9. A lot of them I've seen have been under the 9. Most people look at them and they just say, I see a shit-eating grin on the face. And it is kind of true. I don't know what they do when because most of the dies are cast. So when they clean the dies up, that's how they must put the smile in. Because a lot of fakes, no matter what the date I've seen, Lincoln is always smiling.
Yeah, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to mine real quick and show you. So this is exactly what he's referencing. So if you look at the top image here, remember how he said it looks like it's almost up into the 9? This is what he's referencing. This one down here is what the authentic 1914D would look like. But you can see the mint mark, and you can see that the mint mark style, number one, the mint mark style on this one is wrong. But you can see that it's shoved way up here next to the 1914. Now, the other thing that I'm going to do is we're going to go back over here and let's talk about that mint mark style. Okay. So this is the only mint mark style for 1914. There's only one. Okay. So you're going to see that it's very lateral lines. You're going to have this kind of, it's almost the triangle shape to it, right? On the inside. And then you're going to have a nice edge with the 2 serifs down here, the serif up top. It's kind of a tough picture. I'd like to see a little bit better picture of that. But you can see that serif kind of comes across like that and then curves back down. This is the only mint mark that you will see on a 1914D. You won't see any other ones. Okay. You won't see any of these other ones at all at any time on a 1914D. However, if we come down here and we look at 1944, you will see this mint mark used on some of the coins. Now, when I showed you the one of the 14D that had been cut out, okay, that's the authentic one. That's not the right one. What did I do with it? Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh, I don't know where it went. Oh, well, I'll find it. But you look at the mint mark, you look at the placement, you look at the location and things of that nature, right? And you can see they're down here. The mint mark style is always the same, but I don't know where that. There it is. There we go. This is the 44. You can see that it's been cut here. There's a serif here. But that mint mark, so and I can't really zoom into this picture too much because it's in this thing. But what you're going to see is there's no serif. Okay? So when you look at this particular item, you can see that there's no serif. Now, I want to go back and I want to pull up the mint mark style. Let's go ahead and get back here. You can see this isn't a block D. Okay? This D is different. Oops. Than this one. This is very blocky. Okay. So when you're looking at coins online or you're doing something and they put that thing under the scope, look for mint mark. Look at that mint mark style and make sure that mint mark style is correct. And again, these resources, this is Variety Vista. I've already put the link into chat. I can put it in some more. Now you can go to Livecoin Q&A. Do you guys have mint mark varieties on copper coins?
There are some. There's going to be more in the next version that's going to be coming out.
Gotcha. Yeah, because it's a great resource. Variety Vista right now is the one that I use for the most. When Copper Coins updates their stuff, I'll probably utilize both of them because again, I don't like to use just a singular source. I like to have multiple options when I'm looking at items. Compare. Sometimes you'll get better pictures from one site than you will the other.
Absolutely. I use all
Um,
3 sites.
yeah, so you want to do that. I haven't been able to find Mitmark styles on Wexler's though. It may just be that I'm not looking in the right spot. But I haven't been able to really locate that. I can see them talk about it, but you don't actually see the full listing. So if you have that link, please let me know and then I
I
can
do
show you more
not.
about it. Yeah. I haven't been able to find it. Um, but again, it's really important that you're looking at this. Now again, let's go back. Okay, this is probably the best picture that pretty unique skill. Well, invisible, the thing is when you're looking at key date coins, it's not a matter of having a unique skill. It's the matter of making sure that you're looking, hey, VRC, what's up? It's a matter that you look at and understand what you're buying before you buy it. And so it's important to me. So the question that was posed, I'm going to bring us back up here. Um, the question as posed was, how did they know? Right. And if somebody asks me a question regarding, well, how did they know that? Then I feel it an obligation to share that because what I don't want to have happen is I don't now some of them you can tell. They look cartoony. They're horrible. They look like they've been sitting on a beach for 1,000 years. Some of the counterfeits are horrible. And, but they still fool people because people they just don't know. And so what I want to do is I want to give the people who come into the stream, I want to give the people who follow the channel as much information as I can. Will you use it? God, I hope so. I mean, that's the whole intent of sharing. But my my thing is, and you guys will hear me say this in videos all the time. I don't Oh, I just actually combed my hair, coach. I didn't get a haircut. I just combed my hair. I didn't come out and just take my hat off and sit down and stream. But I do have my hat sitting right here. But it's important to really kind of look at these things. And there's a series that I'm working on. I've still got a little bit of a ways to go regarding the minting process. Now, some of you in the stream know Parvis. And if you don't, if you're at Copper Coins at all, if you're at Copper Coins, you know Parvis. And Parvis had a medical condition. He can't type very well. And so I talked with him. I got to give him a call today and just check on him and see how he's doing. But him and I were having a conversation and he's like, "How do you see this stuff? How do you understand this stuff?" And I told him, "You need to understand the minting process." And he's like, "But they say stuff I don't understand. I don't and I can't type fast enough to answer the question because by the time I get it in, you guys are way on something else." So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build like a series of 15 videos talking about the minting process that are no longer than 2.5, 3 minutes long. Really simple language. I'm going to talk about like, hey, this is the coin. It's like sticking it in the oven. We're looking at this. It's not hotter like you would melt it, like the people who do the smelting, but it's borderline like you're almost turning that coin into liquid, and then you're cooling it, heating, cooling it. And that how makes the coin malleable for the strike. Well, what's malleable? It makes it soft so you can make a really good impression. So I'm trying to take the language to ensure that people get through this. And I'm doing things. You guys are going to see something next weekend. I talked to Eric about it. He's going to be looking at it after the stream. But I'm going to be trying to do things on the stream to make it more engaging. I'm not going to be utilizing StreamYard for streaming after this week. I have got a new setup, a new structure, and I'm really trying to up my game for you guys. I made when I first started. What's up, Joe? How you doing, bud? Um, Joe had an amazing find. Um, that was basically gifted to him by a bank. What was that? It was a 18 was it an 1896 S Morgan dollar, Joe? Do I have that right? Um, but yeah, yeah, me. It's I'm talking about an annealing. But anyway, so when you're looking at this, when you're looking at things like authenticating coins and doing stuff like that, I really wanted to talk about the mint mark, but I just saw Joe come in and I was like, man, he had somebody gift him a really cool item. Um, 1879 S Morgan. Yeah, cool stuff. What a hell of a gift to get from a bank. They're like, hey, we have some dollar bills. What did they say? I think he said that they thought they were Ike's. And it turned out to be uh just a really good date Morgan. That was pretty awesome. So again, folks, ask your banks, do you have these things? Have them keep an eye out for you. Because sometimes they'll end up with stuff if they don't collect. Sometimes they collect and they won't share it with you, or they'll keep it themselves. But that was pretty cool. Pretty fortunate. All right. Well, Eric, do you have anything else you want to? Do you have any other uh, examples? Any other ideas of good examples on mint mark placement? Hey, Paula, what's going on? How you doing?
Good morning.
Um, because like I said, I already talked kind of about the 1909, the four placements in that. In another one, 14D. We just talked about the 14D. Are there any other examples? Because I was going to talk about the 52, but the
No, not
14D
of
turn.
like forged coins that I know of.
Say
There
again.
is other mint marks like on nickels and dimes. You've got micro S's and stuff like that.
Hello, Paula.
Good morning, my friends.
How are you?
I'm good. I just woke up. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Eric. Did you happen to see that beautifully toned scent?
Oh no.
Oh, I'm not sure I want to say anything. It sounds like a trigger to me.
Uh-oh.
Paula, would you happen to have that photo?
Oh, I did see that beautiful scent. Yeah, man, I'll tell you, that coin was the shit.
That was the shit.
Oh, that. So
I
for
tell
those
ya.
of you, so if you want to show it, you can show it. If not, I'm going to send everybody to last Monday's live coin Q&A. It's within the first 5-10 minutes of the show.
Yeah.
Um, but Paula's grandbaby swallowed a zinc cent. And, huh?
I said, yeah, she did.
Yeah. And so poison control freaked out her daughter. They took her to the hospital. Everything was going to be fine, but they monitored, made sure the baby passed it without any issue.
X-ray.
Well, it passed, but what it came out like was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And so there were tons. Hey, Ink Man, what's up, Brown Sugar? Thanks for coming in. What's going on, Welchco? Yeah, it was freaking hilarious. She sent me that photo before the stream and was like, uh, I know how I'm going to tone my coins or something like that. It was hilarious. The colors are gorgeous. They really are. So it's like I know one of the YouTube folks who's probably going to end up having a stomach full of coins here before too long. I won't drop their name, but they're they're digits and letters. But it's yeah, it was funny. I saw that. It's like holy smokes. So if you haven't seen that, please go look at that. It was awesome. Check Stacker's in the house. What's going on, Check? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Um, but yeah, the coloration on that thing was crazy.
It was crazy.
Invisible. Do you have that photo? Can you share it? I'm
Yeah.
just gonna check. If not, I think I have it. I could pull it up. Did you text it to me or did you email it to me?
I don't remember.
Let me go check. Um,
I think I sent it to you in a text.
I think so too. But I can, yeah, you sent it to me in a text.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
You
they won't
can't
be able to,
see.
they can't see it.
Yeah, you won't see that.
I can grab it. Hang on.
Um,
Because
grade the Eaton coin.
I think I sent it to Joe.
Oh, I wonder. So I morbid curiosity. I think it would be more of a joke, a farce, um, to send it to Anax and see if it comes back as
A
cleaned.
questionable color cleaned.
Environmental damage.
Environmental damage. Oh
I
my God.
think that would be freaking hilarious. Yes, Invisible River
Yeah, I
Ranch.
can't find it.
The acid in the stomach is intensely powerful, and so I mean, obviously, you're breaking down food and stuff like that. So, but yeah, this thing was just when she sent me the picture. First off, I was like, I didn't see the text message above it because the text message above, or there was no text message above it.
We gotta find it.
She just sent me. Here, I'll just send it to the. I'll
I
just
got it.
forward it. You
I
got
got
it?
it. Yeah.
Okay. She didn't say anything. She just sent me the picture, and I was like, "Well, why is she doing that?" And then she sent me. She's like, "Oh, by the way,
Yeah. Terrible.
the, the X-ray did it."
That's what
Hey,
Joe.
yeah.
That's what Joe thinks the X-ray did it. He's like, yeah, it's the X-ray.
Look at
It
this.
is.
Now you can't really see. I mean, you can, but you can't really see the purplish hues. It's actually a very pretty colored coin. Like it came out nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but it would be really funny as a farce to send that into like Anax.
Oh, well, I'm not. I'm not.
I
You
know
can
you're not
do.
doing it. I'm talking absolute fun, but
Hang on, I'll show
it
you the
would be.
reverse. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it was so freaking hilarious. So,
Needless to
folks,
say,
do me a favor.
this coin is in a flip now.
So, do me a favor, please, folks. Don't be feeding your kids zinc cents,
Don't
okay?
do it. No, it's
Um,
dangerous. And this is probably this scent probably cost my son and daughter-in-law more money than what my 1955 double dice is.
yeah, yeah. So you see this, but
Okay.
yeah, don't. And again, when you're talking about the zinc and the issue, so let's provide a couple of things up front.
Okay.
Grandbaby's good. No
Yeah,
issues, no
no,
harm, no
she's good.
foul. She's good.
So the poison control, my daughter-in-law called poison control. And the reason why is because she swallowed the penny and then she took a nap. Well, she woke up, and when she woke up, she had spiked a fever. So we were like, well, that is really weird. It can't just be a coincidence, right? Something's going on. So poison control told my daughter-in-law to take her to the emergency room. There was a little bit more context there. I think my daughter-in-law was a little scared and didn't understand the whole conversation. But what poison control had told her was if there was a lot of them, then if they were zinc scents, it could be a problem because the zinc, it could cause zinc toxicity. But we
Yeah,
didn't
we're
know if
talking
it
about
was one.
habitual eating of coins.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
We didn't know if it
Habitual.
was one or more than one, really. So I'm glad we did it. Plus, it can get caught, it can get stuck um, anywhere from in your esophagus all the way down. But
Yeah.
that's why we had to retrieve it too, was because they wanted to make sure it passed. So it was a good thing to take her. But
So the
yeah,
video that I want to play right now is I had to follow the little blank around for 3 days with a baggie. You
Right.
remember
Yeah. Cheech and
Cheech and
Chong.
Chong? Yeah.
yeah.
A
Yeah.
service announcement for all those that do have kids that eat coins. Don't taste the rainbow.
Don't taste the rainbow. And
Yeah.
it's so funny. There's this has spawned a lot of jokes. One of them was about I can't remember, but basically like how everybody is going to feel about toned coins when they find them in pocket change now. Like, are you going to question it? Like, look at it and go, I wonder if this came out of somebody's butthole.
Wonder how many people are going to grab it and sniff it.
Sniff it. Oh, yuck. Gross. But
Well,
yeah,
you guys used one of the first videos that I did, or it might have even been a live stream. I talked
it
about
was Eric.
a report that came out regarding the amount of fecal matter on American currency,
Mm-hmm.
both coinage and the actual currency itself.
Mm-hmm.
And you would be amazed that the stuff that you find um, when they do the analyzation of the bills, the amount of drugs
Yeah,
that
lots
they
of
find,
drugs.
yeah, the amount of fecal matter that they do, some of the serious diseases that they find on, and I'm talking serious like Crutchfield disease, like ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. Um, they have found some like horrific stuff on your currency. So, folks, wash your hands. If you're handling currency or coins and you're done, even while you're doing it, go wash your hands. And wash your hands frequently because there's some
Well,
gross crap.
most bacteria and viruses can't live long on inanimate objects.
Some
Hepatitis, I
can,
think, is one of the
hepatitis, yeah.
ones that can live the longest, I think, but most bacteria and viruses can't live long. But there are other things that are just disgusting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hey,
Like
Strider,
poop on zinc scents.
Strider, you're gonna want to be here next weekend. I'm dropping a whole new skin. You're gonna go. You guys are gonna see a whole new look for Frostbite Coins and Collectibles next weekend. And you gave me an idea, and I told myself when I hit 1,500 subs that I was going to notch my channel up a little bit. And so your comment about kind of what I should engage in, I took it to heart. I listened to you, and I think you're really going to like that. So again, folks, I take what you guys say to me very seriously, especially when it comes to growing my channel. And Strider's a young man out of Malaysia, and he offered me some insight. He's a friend of Bifrost, my daughter, and so just wanted to give him a shout out because some of the stuff you guys are going to be seeing next weekend, basically stuff from. Yeah, no worry. I know you got classes and stuff like that, but again, just FYI, you'll see it. I may have Bifrost send you if I don't know if she might be coming over. We'll see. I may have her send you a little snippet, but anyway, just a call out to you, bud. Appreciate you. Sorry, just seen him in chat. Needed to make sure I called it out accordingly.
I watched a video yesterday, and I was so disappointed with this person.
Okay.
I am definitely not going to call this person out because they have made a lot of good videos and have done a lot of good. But I was so disappointed. It was about reasons to have a coin graded.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and I really was, and maybe it's because that's a touchy subject with me personally, because
Mhm.
everybody knows how I feel about having coins graded. You know,
How do you feel
I'm
about it?
I'm pretty against it, except in very certain instances.
Yeah, I know.
Because I just it's a money thing for me. Like, not you guys not spending money on stuff that you don't need to spend money on, and I want you to be educated to be able to grade your own coins and stuff like that. Anyway, there was like 10 reasons why you should have it, and a couple of the reasons like totally floored me. One of them was um, to identify if your coin has been cleaned or is damaged. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And another one was to tell you what the grade of your coin is. And there were so many reasons that I was like, and to protect it. You can buy slabs if you really want to protect if that's how you want your coin protected, is in a big slab, you can buy them and put your coin in it yourself for a couple bucks. The reasons floored me. I sent it to the rest of the panel. I'm like, did I hear this right? Like, I couldn't. So, those things that I just mentioned are definitely not reasons to send your coins in to be graded.
Gotta hope it wasn't me, because I would have to say I was on drugs or something.
No, if it was you, I would have slapped you. No, it's not you. It's not you. But yeah, that's a reason. Invisible rear wrench for sure. If you have a high value coin, or a coin that potentially has a lot of value, and you want it, especially now today, because so many things, even low value coins are being counterfeited. But really, to see if it's genuine. Even minting errors and stuff like that. If you want to know if they're genuine, that's fine. But just to tell you if your coin is clean or scratched or damaged, I thought, really? Like that's crazy. Because literally they will charge you everything that they would normally charge you, and just send you either your coin back in a body bag or in a slab that says it's been cleaned.
They'll probably put it in a flip with a note on it.
Yeah, except, well, they are slab and cleaned coins, and they do slab scratched coins, and they will just not give it a numerical grade. They'll just give it like a AU details scratched or something like that. But either way, some of those reasons, most of the reasons that were given by this person were not, in my opinion, not good reasons. Now, I know this person's been in the business forever and has been a dealer forever, but
I think I know who you're talking about.
It just floored me. I thought, is he running out of content? Like, what's going on? What's going on? Did somebody must have said something that really, really upset him or something? It just floored me. I already know Chuck does not like this person, so I'm not. I'm sure you know who it is, Eric. I'm not gonna say the name, but anyway.
Hey, Kraken, thanks, bud. I appreciate you, folks. LiveCoin Q&A offers a service to do that exact same thing, and the price is unbeatable. It's the price of you taking a few seconds to photo it, send an email with specific question.
We will not grade your coin for you. We may give you a ballpark, and most of the time we can tell if your coin from a photograph, if your coin's been cleaned. We can definitely tell if your coin's damaged. We can't tell. So things like wheel marks, those are really hard to tell from photographs. You really have to have the coin. But we can tell you we can tell you how you can see it. We can teach you how you can identify those things, because you have the coin in your hand. There's no better judge of your coin than you, because you have that coin in your hand. But sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just that really
no, it's fine.
Really,
and again,
that really threw me for a loop yesterday. It really did. I actually watched the video twice, because I'm like, I must have heard something wrong or missed like the punchline. Because there's got to be a punchline in here somewhere.
What's up, woohoo? Good to see you, bud. But again, folks, we had this discussion a lot, and we pick on people and we joke with people who we know and love, who love to submit coins. Okay, fine. If that's your thing, you do it. If you have the money to spend it, fine. But you're never going to hear us recommend that you send something in to see if it's cleaned. No,
most of those people do it for the absolute best reason that you can have.
Yeah.
Because you want to.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But again, when you're looking at this, so Coach is still in here. Okay.
Most of us don't have that kind of money, though. Most of us don't have that kind of money that we can just have fun with it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm going to step back to where what I was talking about just a second ago. Coach is in here. Coach is magic.
Mhm.
Now, Coach had a coin. There was me, Eric, Paula, and Chuck. And Jackalope brought him in and said, "Hey, they have this coin. It's really cool. We did an authentication piece,
Mhm.
and it was so much fun
So much fun.
looking at it and identifying it and finding it and hearing the brain power of the collective organization. I was just like, this is what makes this hobby fun, right? That coin, which was a second or third year flowing hair scent,
That was a perfect example of why. Yeah.
yeah,
Yep. Perfect example of
absolutely,
a reason.
because we've got a bunch of people, they've looked at it. Hey, yes, all the markers are there. We found good matches. All those kind of there. The edge lettering is there. So all those checks. Okay, send it in. One, protect the coin. Number two, uh, get that official validation because somebody who wants to buy that later on might want to see the official validation, right? And you want to make sure that that kind of rare item is protected. In that case, I wholeheartedly agree with sending it in. Okay. YouTube me found a Morgan dollar at a flea market. Key date coin.
Mhm.
Looked at it, just wanted to do authentication, had the money to do it. But it was key date. He sent it in, it came back. It came back at a fairly low grade, but even at low grade, it's still a $400 or $500 coin.
Right.
Absolutely a good example to do that. Paula's grandchild coin. I joked
Not
about it, but
not
no,
a reason. Not a
not a
good reason.
reason to send
You
it
know
in
what's
for
funny is
grading.
they will do so Annex, I think Annex does it. One of the grading companies will do personalized labels. And I think it's Annex.
NBC does, I think.
What is it, NGC? One of them does that.
They
And
got labels for everything.
it would be
Yeah.
funny to have the provenance put on the
See,
label of that. So,
I don't, and I
okay.
don't say that spending the money to do it, that would have to be a personal call. But that's kind of one of those things that's a memory you're never going to forget, right? Now, would I do it normally? No, I joke about it. I just about
I
it.
know.
Now, ANAX does do a counterfeit label. If you find a counterfeit coin, they will label it as a counterfeit coin, right?
What?
ANAX, don't they do the counterfeit label?
I don't think any of them will slab a counterfeit.
Because I thought ANAX was,
I
I
I
thought
don't
ANAX
think
had
any
one
of them will slab a counterfeit.
because it
They
actually
they
says
they might they so most of them will send it back to you in a body bag that says like unable to authenticate,
yeah.
or they'll just say counterfeit. Um, yeah, I don't think that they will put it in a thing.
What's up,
And
Jay?
then
Hey, Nick.
there was another reason. One of the other reasons that was in this video was so that your family will know what. And this was they spent quite a bit of time talking about this. So your family will know what you have, what they have when you pass it on. Well, that they can know in other ways, that like if you just have it in a flip labeled what it is, they'll know what it is. You don't have to send it to a grading company too. Now if it's an expensive coin and you want them to know it's real, that's one thing. But you get people out there, literally, like grading has become this new like fad almost with new collectors and the younger kids. It's like the thing to do. So we're going to end, and we already see it, but we're going to see it in monumental numbers in the future. All these modern coins, these common modern coins in slabs, because people have spent money, because people will do videos telling them that these are reasons to have there's only a couple really, really good reasons to have your coins graded. And not very many of those reasons were in this video. I could, anyway, I'm sorry, I'm getting back on that rant. It just, I'm still like so shocked by it. And somebody actually made a comment in the comments, and that the person who made the video got very defensive, which shocked me also. But they basically are saying what I'm saying, like, no, these are not good reasons to spend
Well,
money.
but folks, again, we talk about this, we call lovingly, I'm going to utilize the term lovingly, Paula the Crusher of Dreams.
I know.
But the team at LiveCoin Q&A, they do a really good job to inform and educate. And they don't call people out on stuff like that to be ignorant jerks, to be obtuse, to be, demeaning, degrading. Their whole intent is they want to protect a hobby they love.
Right.
Give good information, share, education, right? It's an educational channel because our hobby is, and you guys hear me say this all the time, and whether you want to take the military reference of this,
Yeah.
our hobby's under attack, right? And so we need to inform people, looking at the language that's utilized. Stacking, right? Same thing happens with stacking. You know, gold coin, 999 grains fine, right? Which is like, that's gold plated.
See
But
what Nick's coin said? That's exactly it, Nick. And it's mainly the new collectors, right, that we have a responsibility to protect. Because one thing that you don't see in these videos about positive reasons to have coins graded, is the fact that, so the people making these videos probably already have memberships to PCGS and NGC, or they're dealers, so they get better, they do bulk grading, they do things that they have paths to grading that new collectors don't have, and they don't go into like there's so much there's so many fees in grading. It's not just the grading fees, it's the shipping, it's the insurance that you have to take. New people don't understand that you should never send just one coin in, right? I mean, there's other things that go into it, and that's exactly who we need to protect people when especially when they first started. And this video is he has a lot of new people in the hobby that, because it's a big channel, that will gravitate towards him and will watch that video, and now they have all of these hokey reasons, like, oh, I don't know if this coin's been cleaned. Well, he said I should send it in to be graded, so I better pay $98 or however much it is to join PCGS, because they're going to do it to PCGS, because that's just what people do. And
so I
it's
want to
just
read you guys. I want to read you
mind-blowing.
guys something real quick, tied exactly to what you just said. I'm going to read this exactly as it is. Okay. Submission fees are the basic fee charged by a grading service to evaluate your coin, typically ranging $20 to $50 per coin. Now, starting there, if you have a $30 coin and you spend $50 to grade it, you'll never recoup your money. Reason one, not to grade. Okay. Membership fees. Certain services are required annual membership fees. They range anywhere from $69 to $150 per year. The grading fee itself, PCGS and NGC charge an example of $17 for modern coin. However, they go to a maximum value of $300 per coins. If the cost exceeds $10,000, then they're graded on a different scale. So you can send a coin in that you think you're gonna spend $200 for, and it turns out to be a key date, very special coin worth $15,000-$20,000. You're going to be paying a lot more money for that graded coin.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of things. And then again, when you're looking at things like ancients and things like that, there are other graded tiers where you can be spending as much, between $27 and $130 to get ancients spent.
Errors or
So
varieties,
yeah,
like
and
$15 to
That's a whole
$18.
classification.
separate
Yep.
attribution. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's a whole lot of little things you really need to
And that was another
understand.
thing he said, why to have it graded. If you want to have a variety or error attributed, no, you need to learn to do that yourself.
And I can tell you that they're wrong a lot.
Yes, they
Well,
are. Oh, they are.
But the
Especially on
terrible.
errors too. They get errors wrong a lot too.
The thing along errors and varieties that you guys have to remember that if you send an error to PCGS and it's not one of theirs that's listed,
But
or you
a
send a
variety,
variety,
that's the variety.
it's
Yeah.
not getting
Right.
a label.
Right.
And we've had people that they do videos on it. Oh,
And
they screwed up
NGC.
again. They didn't do this. And no, it's listed. They tell you exactly what it is if
Right.
they don't fall within these items. Now, if you have a variety, if you have a 1955 DDO number 1, send that damn thing in to be graded. Okay,
Yeah, but
no problem.
you know what it is. So you
Know
don't
what
have
it
to pay
Right,
to
yeah.
have them tell you what it is. You already
But-
know. So you just pay the basic fee to have that put on the label. You don't have to pay the extra fee to have them look it up for you and do that's what I'm saying. That was what he was saying, was like to have them tell you if you actually have one or not. No,
Yeah,
no,
no. I'm
no.
not sending a roll of
I'm getting
quarters
fired up
in
now.
and say, "Hey, are any of these varieties?"
You know what I need to do? I need to like get one of those blood pressure things and watch my blood pressure when I get on these, like
And then give a giveaway away when it reaches a certain
when it
point.
reaches a certain level.
I can do that
Or have
with
somebody guess it. Like, what's my blood pressure now?
I absolutely can do that with who.
Uh, I'm sorry.
But again, it's one of those things where, and you'd have to make it something. It'd have to be a fairly short video, clean, concise, talking about exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But now, if you have, and again, it comes down, if you want to do it, fine, I got it. But the recommendation to grade something is going to be very sparse. And it's just because y- let's do some basic math. All right. You got 3 coins you're going to send in. Okay. I'm San Antonio. I'm going to be sending it to California, or let's say Florida. They got a place in
What
Florida.
coins?
Huh?
What coins?
I'll get there in just a sec.
Can I just inject something real quick? Just
Uh-huh.
real quick. I just thought about it. I wonder if there is a potential like sponsorship that's gonna be happening on this certain channel. You know what I mean? Like,
It
are they
wouldn't
getting
surprise
ready?
me.
Yeah, are they getting ready to get like a PCGS or NGC or Annex sponsorship? Because then
Oh,
maybe that will make more sense to me why they did this video. Anyway,
I
go
would
ahead.
really be upset if they start
Well,
sponsoring because that's kind of low.
That
I
is
would-
low,
well,
right? But it
I
wouldn't
would-
surprise me because this person. Anyway, that's
I
all
would
I'll say.
publicly call that out.
That's all I'll say. I'm
I
gonna
would
go grab some
publicly call it
coffee.
out. That's because that's not good
I know
for
a
the
couple
hobby.
people.
Are you
Great-
excited for tomorrow?
great coins
Yeah,
for a
heck
living.
yes I am, Nick. Heck yes I am, Nick.
Hey, Silver Bull just gifted 1 membership to Jay Smokes.
The
Thanks,
fella-
Silver Bull. Appreciate you, brother.
The
Oh,
one
Thanks for
fella
coming
I
in.
know that does grade coins for a living, he literally grades 2 different coins, both gold
Oh.
coins.
The
And
what?
He goes around and looks for bulk, like gold eagles, and stuff like that, and he'll send them and grade them. And
yeah.
he makes a living off of it. He makes a fine living off of it. But I asked him, I says, "What do you think of this?" He says, the only reason I do this, I grade 2 different coins. He says, I'm not grading silver eagles. I'm not grading pennies, dimes, nickels, quarters. He says, because I don't know the coin well enough.
Oh,
He
that's
says,
perfect.
You can give me a gold eagle and I know everything about that coin. He says, so I can grab a coin and see it and say, these are all 68s and all 69s, which won't make me no money, but he can pick a 70 out of like a roll.
Well, Blaine does that with Lincoln Sons.
And,
and he that's all he does. That's it. And Adam's starting to do that too. Like
I
they
don't buy
really,
into that.
huh?
That I don't. He's got some very nice coins and he's got a very nice roll collection, but I don't think his grading comes back like that every time.
Like what?
Like when he says, I got a roll that had 17 67s and a 68 and a 68 plus.
I've seen his submissions.
Sure, I've seen submissions too, and then you get them wrong, and then you see him go off for 2 weeks on about it. And he should, because he's spending a lot of money. But I don't know. I digress.
No, I know what you're saying. No, I know, and I know how Chuck feels about him too.
Yeah, most of the
but I you know, I can't get in the middle of that because
no. I don't either. I don't get in the middle of anything. But
big companies tell someone what they want to say in order. No, Alexander, it's not about the company telling him what to say. It's about him promoting grading for coins that shouldn't be graded. And I can't think of a good reason why he did that other than there's a potential sponsorship there. That's all I can think of, because I'm so blown away by it that I have to try to justify it some way in my head. Otherwise, it's just driving me crazy. Does that make sense? I need to come up with some type of justification why he would say the things in the video that he did. I think it's irresponsible. As an educator, I just think it was irresponsible, because he has to know that his largest audience are the new collectors. He has to know that. I feel like we have to protect them. Brand new people coming into the hobby, because we want them to stay in the hobby and have fun and enjoy it, not throw away a bunch of money that they don't need to.
Look at history. There used to be thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of coin and stamp collectors in this country. Now you look at the membership for the clubs, and it's low. I mean, there used to be tens of thousands of members in these clubs, and now there's hundreds.
Yeah.
So, but getting back to Blaine, he does do a lot of it for the right reason, because he wants to. It's like a game with him.
Yeah.
He wants to see how high and how good he can go.
And he has made a lot of money. He just took a cruise.
Oh, I agree. He's had a lot of great coins.
2 of his coins that he had graded paid for this cruise.
I don't know about those. I'm just saying he has a lot of really nice coins, and his roll collection is really nice.
Yeah. But it's a matter of, you can't do that if you don't have the money to begin with. So what he does is not for just everybody.
No, it's because it's like a challenge in a game. And I can tell you that the registry set guys, I have talked to a few of them now, and it's a game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It is a big game of.
It's an expensive game.
It's an expensive game. And when you look, the thing you don't know is a lot of these top pops have been. So when you see there's 17 of this grade, a lot of those are coins that are the same coin that's been going in and in and in over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, and just not taken off.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the game. Because when you start getting up to where they're at, one grade can be $50,000.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. These are people that high rollers.
One that's top pop.
They're not like us that are going through a dollar bin and go, "Oh man, I just found a $15,000 coin."
But Eric, so everybody in the hobby, everybody collects the way they want. That's the great thing about this hobby. You get to make this your own thing, right?
That's why I always say.
And that's how they have chosen to collect.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I always say about the grading. The best reason you can do it is because you absolutely want to do it.
Yeah.
No other reason at all. If you're doing it for value, if you're doing it for this, it's like buying lottery tickets. The chance of you hitting it big are slim. Even for the guys that know what they're doing, it's a lottery ticket, because they can get it just as a lot of those guys.
Well, when you say it's because you want to, so that is that encompasses a lot of things, right?
It sure does. What I'm talking about, you don't care about the money. You don't care about the grade. You want to protect your coins. You want it to look cool. You want it to, you know what I'm saying? There's just a lot of reasons that have nothing to do with
But
numismatics.
don't use that as an excuse when you get called out because you've sent in a coin that
Well, I
I
can
don't
tell
think.
you, I've
No,
graded a
I'm
lot
just
of
kidding. I'm
coins.
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I do so because that does happen. I will tell
And I've
Phil,
done it.
look, I sent this coin in and I'll go, oh, okay, well, it's a $15 coin. They'll go, it doesn't matter. I wanted to do it.
Yeah,
Well,
and that to me, that would be the end of the discussion with me. I would say that's great.
yeah.
And but like I in the late 90s, early 2000s, I graded a few coins. I was sending in, and I didn't do bad, but I probably wouldn't. I didn't get what it was like a challenge. It was a learning curve for me. I wanted to learn how to do it
Mm.
because I had a friend that was doing it, and he was making great money at it. I didn't lose a lot of money at it, but in the
Right.
last 15 years, I've graded 3 coins,
Right.
and
Mhm.
none of them are huge, big money coins, but they're all $500 coins. $300 coins. You know, there's stuff like that.
Oh,
Even a
frostbite.
$200 coin, I would have a hard time sending a $200 variety coin in. I probably would. No, I probably wouldn't. There's a lot that I haven't, that they're just sitting here raw because they do as good raw as they do graded.
And that's right there. You just said that. They
That's
do
good.
as
I was
good
just about
raw
to say, yep.
because, and that, so if you are if you are grading them because you want to sell them, now Eric's able to sell raw varieties like that because he has a reputation. If you are somebody out there who it's the first time you've ever sold a coin and you have a variety that's like a $200 variety or up, and that is a time where I would say it would send it to Annex. It wouldn't hurt if it's a variety that, well, Annex will put anything on a label. Send it to Annex so that you have it on the variety, because that way people will know it is what you say it is.
Correct. I agree with that.
Because otherwise, if you don't have a reputation, but that's a way to build a reputation too. If you start selling things like that and people start trusting you and know that when you say it's such and such, it really is, then you can start selling raw varieties and they'll trust you. But in the beginning, you got to build up that reputation. And let me tell you something.
Exactly. Yeah.
It takes one bad sell to ruin a reputation in
I'm
this
good. I
hobby.
don't sell much. I'm a hoarder.
Right, but you know what I'm saying. It takes one bad sell to ruin your reputation in this hobby, and it can take you a long time to rebuild that reputation. So be very careful
You are
when you are
absolutely right.
selling things that they are what you say they are. Because word does get around and it spreads fast.
In the last couple of minutes, I'm going to bring up one other topic.
I'm
This
going
is
to go
gonna
grab
trigger-
some coffee.
Oh, I was about to trigger you.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Folks, don't grade bullion.
Well,
Mm-mm.
the guy I was talking about, he grades bullion. That's what he does, and he makes great money at it. But he only does gold coins.
Hey,
But the
Silver
thing
Bowl,
is,
suck it. Go ahead.
so
Anyway,
if you have something that's extremely rare and it comes through, and again, fine. But these bullion proof coins that they come out again, I don't know who it was that said
Oh,
this
you're
earlier.
talking about just general bullion coins.
Bullion coin, just bullion, not coins,
Not
just
mint,
bullion.
not mint eagles or something
Not
like
mint
that.
bullion.
no, like the Buffalo rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't grade that stuff. Okay, it's a total waste of money. Your cost per dollar average goes through the freaking roof. They're hard to stack. Don't do it. Okay. You're gonna see people who do it. They're like, I've got an MS-70 Buffalo. It's like,
So is everybody.
outstanding.
They're all
It's still worth
MS-70.
$24.
I mean,
Here's
you
a
notice
cookie.
you never
Yeah,
see even silver
but
eagles. You
don't-
never see 68s even graded. But they're all like 69s
no,
and 70s anyways.
Yep.
What's the and it's they say 90% of all statistics are made up on the spot. But the number of MS-69s and MS-70s in Eagles is like 80%. I mean,
Yeah.
it's astronomical,
Well, these
right?
dealers, they send monster boxes in and they get 1,000 coins back, and that's
That's
what
the
happens when a
thing.
monster, that's
But
it. They're
they're
all
paying,
perfect.
what are they paying? $9 a coin to have them graded?
If
We
that,
don't get that deal.
Yeah.
You and me, Joe
Yeah.
Schmo, coin collector, we don't get that deal. Yeah, but they also can get like tubes, whole tubes graded.
that's
in,
right.
in the tube. In the tube.
So I
Well,
want to
there's
address one
collectors for everything.
question.
Yep.
We've only got a couple minutes left. I want to address one question. I've had it up there for just a minute, and that was the question that's in the chat. So, what is better? Do you want to have 10 $500 coins or 500 $10 coins? Which one do you think
That
would be more
depends.
valuable?
Which ones would be more valuable? Well, they have the same value. For those of you that don't like to do math in the morning. So, yeah, I would.
What's your
actually, no,
purpose for buying them?
$150. I don't like to do math in the morning either. $150 coins would have more value.
My thing would be the $500 coins are probably towards the key date type coins or semi-key date type
Yeah.
coins, and those coins don't depreciate. Where
It
other
depends on what you
coins
like, though, right?
depreciate insanely. So you can buy a $10 or $20 coin, and in 10 years, it's still a $10 or $20 coin.
Yeah.
Whereas if you bought a $500 coin 20 years ago, chances
Oh,
are
they have the same value.
it's not the same value. It's up. Like a 31S. You
But-
used to be able to buy 31S for $15.
The
Back around
bottom
2000.
line on this particular one is you can't answer because there's not enough information here.
Yeah,
So in
it
this
depends.
question-
It
That's what I
depends
said,
on
what's the
what it
coin?
is.
In
Yeah,
this
you gotta
question,
know what
we
the coins are.
can't
Mhm.
answer this question because number one, those $500 coins, just as Eric stated, are they old? Are they ancient? What are they? Right?
Well,
Yeah,
if you
they
have
But-
$150 coins, they could have 100 of the extra V's.
That's right. Or they could be
And
an
so
MS
in a few years,
67
they're not
penny that
worth
there's
that.
10,000 of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it really depends,
100 extra V's.
because sometimes now Eric and I have talked about this a lot when he owned the shop. The guy that he used to work with, I think it was the guy who kind of got you into the hobby, would trade you or sell you all the 14Ds,
That were under VF35.
right?
Anything
Now,
over he kept.
how
and he
much
would
were you
sell
paying
them-
for those?
$35.
So there are situations where yes, it could be very profitable,
They were all
but that's not
slabbed.
going to be the norm,
But he
right?
slabbed
And you
them.
got to have incredible insight to be able to judge those things.
Yeah, he slabbed them and sold them to me slabbed already. But I don't know where he got them from because he had hundreds of them.
I'd like to see him now.
Yeah, well, that's what me and Chuck talked about. That I says I used to get $65 for them all day long. He says, I bet you did. I says even the ones that were like, fine 12 or very good 12,
Yeah.
whatever it is, fine 12. I think very good's 8.
So what did he say? He said, I was talking in terms of selling to a dealer. Well, a dealer is going to buy either one, probably. They would probably be more likely to buy the $500 coins, but just
They buy
because
the
dealers.
55 DDO.
Well, so I know that I can't speak because I'm not a dealer, but I can tell you what I've heard. Dealers like to turn over their stuff.
That's right.
If they only have 10 of 500, I think that they would rather have that as opposed to a bunch of other.
And that's what I'm saying.
$50
It depends on the coins ultimately.
Yeah.
Like I say, 31S. They would buy 31Ss all day long.
Oh, because they sell. Yeah, they'll fly. Yeah, in and out for sure.
Like Joe was talking about 31S. The reason that they are less expensive than the 14D is exactly what you said. Everybody kept them. They knew.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of them got kept in there. You can get a high grade 31S relatively cheap.
Yep.
Where you get a high grade 14D, it's big money coin, but that's like 26S. You get a high grade 26S, it's insane. It's like almost as much or more than a 1909 SVDB.
Because the
But
quality of the strikes.
people don't know that,
Yep.
right? They don't know
Yeah.
that. And they see these videos on YouTube about 09 SVDBs and 14Ds and 22 no Ds and these the coins
There's
that
a
everybody
ton of
knows
coins.
about. And that's all they know about. That's
Yeah,
all they learn about.
There's a ton of coins that in uncirculated condition have a
Yep.
good draw.
Yep. Conditional rarities.
Well,
like that term.
we've
I'm gonna
got
use it.
5 minutes to the premiere train. I'm going to give everybody a chance to go use the restroom or grab a cup of coffee.
Frostbite, Eric, you guys have a great day, and I'll leave you with this. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
Oh boy.
Thanks for coming up, Paula.
We'll see you soon, Frostbite.
Appreciate you, brother. All right, folks. Well, we got another one down. Tomorrow, Frosty's Chit Chat. Go ahead and come on over and hang out again. Coach, thanks so much. You guys, I hit 1.5K subscribers. So I can't tell you how much I appreciate you all. Like I said, I've been working something to really kind of change things up a little bit. So you're going to see a little bit more interactive stuff. I've got a couple ideas. I'm going to be running them by you. I want you guys' feedback. So check it out. It's going to be a lot of engagement. There's going to be some cool things popping around. But again, y'all take care. Be well. Be blessed. We'll see you over at Will's Treasures. I'm going to go ahead and throw that link in here again. It's already pinned over at the top, either over there or over there, whichever way your chat's on. Take care of yourselves. Be well. Remember, knowledge is power, and you use your power to protect others. All right. We'll see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.